Oh my goodness. This is crazy. A minute ago I had somebody waiting and I'm just trying to figure out this whole thing. Excuse me, I'm going to drop this down just the tiniest bit because um, it's, all right, when I sit back, it's not getting me in. Whew, good evening. Welcome to YouTube Live with Kimberly OBrien, Kim's Creations and Card Ministries. Friday night, May the 3rd, 2024. It's a little bit after 9 p.m. So I did that announcement that I was going to do a live, and so it saves it, and I come back onto the system and trying to figure out, okay, well, now how can I turn my camera horizontal? And I could never figure out how to do it. And then all of a sudden it let me do it, but then it's not the same live that I published. So if you're out there somewhere, hopefully you'll find me and join me again this evening. Again, I apologize. Still a learning curve going on with some of this YouTube stuff, and they've sent me a notice the other day about some advanced settings, and I've got to try to figure out how to use some of those advanced settings. Hopefully I'll have a little bit of time now to work on that, at least for a few weeks, while I get my life in order. I just saw the lid to my glue stick was not on. That's good. I didn't get in here to do as much today as I had hoped to. It was a kind of off day for me. Wasn't feeling well. So I just chilled. But I do have some things I'm going to share with you, some cards, a little bit on that little mini pocket journal I was working on last night. I kind of sort of finished that up. I was going to show you what I've done. And other than that, I'm not real sure what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to play a little bit tonight. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. That's what got me on YouTube to begin with. And then I decided I kind of wanted to expand my creative journey a little bit. When I was a kid, I used to draw a lot. And so I started drawing. I got into an artistic trading card group and decided I wanted to do a hand-drawn and painted card. So I went back and practiced a bit, and I did a pretty good little Carolina Wren. I think I shared that the other day. I may have that out again tonight. I don't know, because I might work on that journal. Like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might start a new journal. But first, I'm going to share these cards with you. Remind you that our new Stampin' Up! Catalog is online now. If you've got anything you want to order, there's a great joining special out right now. If you want to find me on Facebook, Kim's Creations and Card Ministry, Kim's, Kim apostrophe S, the and sign, card, Kim's Creations, I'm sorry, with a K, Kreation, Kim's Creations and the and sign, Card Ministry. That's how you can find me on Facebook. And I'm going to probably tomorrow put some links on there about the joining special, because it looks like it's a really good deal. The new paper pumpkin sign up is going to be coming up. You'll have to sign up before the 10th or by the 10th at the latest if you want the Father's Day paper pumpkin kit that's coming out. I'm trying to think if there's any. The clearance rack had been updated. I hadn't looked at it in a few days, but there were some pretty good deals on there, especially some of the old paper packs that were on there. There were a couple of die sets that you could use the dies independently and not necessarily need the stamp set to do a lot of stuff with. There was actually a couple in there that were pretty good. One of them was the Christmas one where it had the little light bulbs. It was in there the other day, and when I got the set, I got the stamp set and the dies, but I primarily used the dies with that kit. So you can definitely use the dies if those are still available on clearance. All right, so I'm going to turn my camera down and show you what I have tonight. Again, if there's any questions, I'll try to find my little piece of paper. It has my phone number, but it's 864-752-5688. You can message me any questions or whatever and let me know who you are. of course, and what you need, and I'll message you back, and then we can talk on the phone. We can call if we need to or whatever. So, camera going down. All right, and I had to fuss to Kitty a few minutes ago, so she may or may not try to join us. I don't know. She just jumps up here sometimes out of the blue, and I'm like, where did you come from? Oh, I didn't even think about finding me on my iPad. I probably should do that. But yeah, I didn't get out today. If you've not been with me in the last day or so, I was let go from my job earlier this week, and I'm processing that. And let's see what it looks like on here when I go to my page. Let's see. View channel. Okay, it still just it says I'm live. It doesn't say anything about the upcoming one this time. Well, I don't know though. Let me see. Okay, so maybe I did it right. I don't know. It's crazy. So I'm here, and I do, again, apologize for being late. Let's see if it comes up. Come on. I don't know. It's crazy. So I'm here. There we go. That way I can kind of keep an eye on my desktop and make sure I stay in the on the table here. Let's see, I can pull it this way maybe a little bit. Tighten her up. Yeah, welcome to my mess. Obviously haven't started cleaning anything. So tonight, I'm going to say goodbye to this. I'm going to do a little bit more with it tonight, but this will be the last time that I will have this on purpose on a YouTube. I've done several things using the set. I'm still going to use the set, don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to purposely make videos using that set. All right, so a couple weeks ago, I had some ladies over from this group I'm in. Oh, and I meant to look something up about that. Hang on, give me another second. But anyway, this group that I'm in on a ladies group in the little town that I live in here, and we try to get together. For different activities or for lunches or, game days and whatnot. And so with a few of those ladies, I was able to get together a group to work on cards for my ministry because it just got so hard. It took me a couple of months to get cards together to take to a nursing home or wherever, just because it's just it is very time consuming to make a whole lot of cards. And I try to make them all different. I don't want them to be exactly the same. I try to make them different. Although this last time I did do a lot that were similar. But I had 3 ladies from the group. I had Bev and Angel and Brigitte. I think I said her name right. If I didn't, Brigitte, I'm sorry. But we made about 40 cards that night, and then I pulled some more out. I'm still trying to finish up some things. So like this one still needs an inside. So I just got to do some finishing up on a few of them, but I thought I'd just quickly go through. Look at this Angel. She brought a bunch of her stuff. She used to do a lot of card making and things, and she brought some fabrics and stuff and added to her cards. I thought that was really pretty. All the ladies did a great job. One of the ladies had never made cards before or done any kind of paper crafting that I'm aware of, and did some beautiful, beautiful cards. Again, she used fabric on this. I love how she's using the different mediums for her art. They turned out really pretty. Again, I just need to go in. I know that had a front to it. I don't know what happened. I just need to go in and add some a writing card and a little sentiment on these, and then they'll be ready to go. So these will be going out sometime this week, I'll be delivering these to the Meals on Wheels here in Anderson, and they can send them out on the with the meals. The people, they put them there and said, here's cards y'all can pick through to take to your clients, and they'll take them. So this is what the lady did that had never done card crafting before, and didn't she do a lovely job? I just thought she did some really nice creative cards. She would be amazing at junk journaling. I can just tell you that right now. I can tell. But these were all great. And look at that pretty handwriting that somebody had right there. I don't know who did that one. That was cute. So we're using the negative space from Butterfly Punch. It turned out so pretty. And look at that, making use of the circle and the cutout from the circle. So I had some wonderfully creative ladies helping me make cards that evening. It was on a Friday night. Just beautiful work. And look at this, going in with the white pen and doing some little outlining of things. Really nice work here on these cards. So we got a bunch. As I said, I'm just going to go do something to the inside, and I usually kind of stamp something on the back of mine. So, love her handwriting. So these will be really nice, and be getting these out next week, because I am in the process of getting them finished up. I started working on that earlier this evening. Okay, so these are the ones the other ladies did that night. I didn't get mine finished that night, so I had to go back and finish mine later. And I've mostly finished with mine now. So this is one of mine. I was just trying to piece together some scraps. And I did make a lot of these very similar this time, just because time was an issue. Hello, little Ivy. And why are you in here tonight? So yeah, so a lot of these are very similar. Some of the insides are a little bit different. What you doing, Ivy? You're not jumping up on that shelf. And then I always put something on the back. No, you can't do that. You're a sweet girl. Say hello. See my pretty face? Y'all always see my back. See my pretty face? Look up here, Ivy. Ivy. I can't get her to look at my camera. You're a good girl. Oh, she's not cooperating. But that's my Ivy. She's getting bigger. She's a whole lot bigger than the first couple times I brought her up here in January and February. So these right here, I've just got to put something on the fronts, and then I don't know, I might have done the insides of these. I kind of worked backwards this time and did my insides. So those are mine that I need to finish, but they're almost finished. That will be going to Meals on Wheels. I'm kind of excited because I'm going to have a lot of cards to send them this time. I'll move these over. Be right back with y'all. I have to be careful where I leave things so the cat doesn't get into them and tear them up. All right, now I've got, whoops, my iPad just kind of slipped. This bag, this kind of got pulled out of a stash of some of my old ones that I had done. And actually, some of these may have been some that people sent me in swaps. I don't think most of them are, but a few of them may be. All right, let's get these out of here. Like, I think this one somebody might have sent me as a swap. And a little butterfly fell off of something. And I think most of these have something inside of them. Oh yeah, somebody definitely sent me that, because I know I didn't do that. Embossing is very pretty. I bet that butterfly was on there somewhere. But I don't know why. I'm talking about heat embossing. I just don't like to take the time to mess with it usually. I think that butterfly has lost its sticky, so I'm not sure where it came from. Isn't that cute? That's pretty. These are awesome stamps and papers from some time back. I know I made this one. It has this little tucky thingy. I think I've probably shown this one before, but I'm sending this one out. So I worked on these last year and never got them out. But they're going this time, because I never had enough to send. But now they're going. If I can get that back in there. Here we go. And again, a lot of these, oops. There's another, that's another one of them little sticky butterflies that keep coming off, or a sticky something. I had a lot of fun with this paper pumpkin kit. Isn't that pretty? So now I have plenty that I feel like I can take them up there and share with those people that are home and by themselves. This one's from a couple of years ago. One of my first fun folds right there. Somebody, I think, sent me this one. This one goes way back. It actually has an envelope. I don't need an envelope. That one goes way back before I started doing, before I signed up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I think somebody else sent me this one too. That's cool. Yeah, because I didn't have this set. These are some that some other people had sent me, and I need to do some stuff on the insides of them. Does this one actually... Okay, there it goes. I've done this style before. Here we go. These are mine again. Actually, this one has an envelope with it, so I may not put it because I kind of hate to lose that envelope. Send that one to somebody else. I like that one a lot. Might keep that one too for a sample. I know that's awful, but I do have a bunch this time. So this one was kind of a similar thing, except for I used this piece is up, and on this one, the frame is elevated, and I really like the way that turned out, so I want to do some more of those. This one almost looks like the frame is popped out, but it's actually the inside that's coming up. These are also pretty. I have to take I'm going to take pictures of these. I still love this set, and this one has retired. I've got to clean out all my things that have retired because, yeah. Just don't have room for all of it. Okay, so that's all the collection that's going out for Meals on Wheels. Just like I said, just got to go in and do a few little things here and there and make sure that they're something light on the inside that can be written on, and that's the main thing. And if I don't get anything else on them, that's okay. I'll set these over here. All right, now I'm ready to kind of have some fun. Explore some things, and put this little punch. This is a retired punch. I think I showed y'all that. I was using that to make tabs, and still am, but I'm hoping to order that new tab punch that's in the new catalog. This paper right here, I wanted to show you this. This came from the Dollar Tree, and it's got two sides, but these are like big pieces that you could put on your walls. And they peel back off without tearing up your surface of your wall. And there's two sides. And I think I'm going to use this purple hydrangea to decorate my big journal that I've been working on. I just wanted to show it to you. I mean, some of it will go off around to the back. But I've just got to decide, you see, or I could do it maybe this way, so I get some leaf on the front too, maybe right here. But I've got to decide what I'm going to have for my base. I hadn't quite figured all that out yet, but I want to finish up the rest of it before I do that. And then here's my little journal, pocket journal from last night. this little pocket journal from last night. I ended up pulling out one of these little bulldog, is that what they're called? Bulldog clips, that I had found on Amazon. Something's coming loose though. What is that? A little, well, maybe that was something else. I thought something, maybe it was just the string in there. My eyes aren't good. But anyway, I think I got a bag of 100 for like $10 on Amazon. And for now, that's what I'm going to do. I want to do more with it. I want to do what do they call them? The little round things that you wrap around the string. I kind of want to do something like that instead, and I carry it around and I bring it around and I wrap it around. But I might do that on the next one and just kind of see how it works out. But I wanted to go ahead and move on to another one. And then I'm probably going to put like a little charm or something on this, so I left my strings long. And so here's what I did. I know I had most of it kind of covered, so I've decorated a little bit, added a couple little doodads, added a little bit of bling. These are pretty flat little bling pieces. I've not put anything in the envelopes yet. One reason I didn't do anything with this one was because if I put something here, I wanted to be able to go and cover it up, the other side of it right here, and reinforce it with like a piece of cardstock like I did there. Because I did it here because the paper was tearing. But on this side, I would want to do something like that. I think y'all can see that. Like the cardstock in there to prevent this, to make it give it a little bit more something to grab onto so it wouldn't tear. The other thing, I did this off camera. I added this cute little book to put a little tiny signature that I added, and I decorated this little signature. I put just a little tiny something on every page. But it's really cute, and somebody can just keep this in their car or in their handbag, jot down people's phone numbers, put grocery list on here, verses, things to remind them to have a good day. I mean, it could be just used for so many cute little things, and it's so easy to carry around. Or you can put some tags in here that you want to cheer somebody up and just give that person a tag to use like a bookmark or something. Or just keep them for yourself. But I thought it would be kind of cute to put stuff in it that I could give away. So this is my little prototype. I'll probably keep this one. But like I said, I want to put something different than that on here. Because that's likely to get caught on stuff and fall out if I stick it in my handbag. But I'm going to, I want to make one of these little tiny signatures with y'all tonight. And we're going to do another, I think what I'm going to do, I kind of had thought about doing this. I think we're going to do another one of these with just a white paper bag. And I'm going to do more bright colors, and I'm going to try not to make things look vintage. So I'm going to try something. And I've been, right now, pretty much everything I'm doing is kind of got a vintage look to it, even if it's not vintage. I've been, putting brown around the edges. And I realized I probably should have so I changed this. I did have, okay, so on the paper bag, because when I was working with it, I wasn't real happy. So, I'm not going to use this paper bag. This paper bag's awful. I don't know. Look how bad it's put together. I don't know where it came from. It was over here. But, so, if I did this, but then it's folding, it can't be anything that hangs out. So this really wasn't deep enough to do a pocket with. So what I did instead was I trimmed this off so that I could open this up and my fingers can go all the way in there now. And then I went and I glued this down. So I glued this down, I cut this open, I glued this down. I had to glue some of those side pieces a bit too, so they wouldn't just be hanging out in there, so that I could have a full pocket Does that make sense? If not, y'all send me a message and let me know. But what I could have done too is I could have just glued this down, and I could have put a pocket here. I could have put a side pocket here or another pocket down here or something like that. So as I was working it, I realized that that wasn't going to turn out. And I should have, and I had this already decorated, and I probably should have put a pocket here. Didn't think about it. So this page is just pretty to look at. And then on the back, so this is way, we're going to do it like this to close it. Okay. Again, I thought this turned out pretty cool. I took that leftover piece that I had cut out and put it right there. So I thought that turned out kind of cool. I was going to write some numbers in here. So I found this piece that had the number 10 on it, put it there. So I put a place for a number there. Okay, and then put a number there, turn this into a pocket. This is just a plain page, but it's stamped it up a little bit, added some paper. And then when you turn over to the back, I used a piece of that master board that I had made a copy of. You can't hardly see that butterfly. I might have to outline it or something. When I first did it, I thought it showed up more than that. But I put this like somebody could put their name on it or something. And another spot for a number. Anyway, I thought it turned out real cute. I'm happy with it. I probably spent way too much time on it, but that's okay. It's therapy, y'all. It's just therapy. It's so much fun. I mean, and I hope you guys enjoy doing this stuff as much as I do. I don't want to lose that little butterfly, but I don't know where to put it. Put it back in one of these little holes. Okay, so moving on. Let me get another bag because I don't like that one. I'll probably end up using it, but not right now. I want a white one though, actually. I might have to use one of my Chick-fil-A ones. I'm looking. There's all my Chick-fil-A baggies. I've got some. Oh, there's a little one. Good. I was hoping to find a small Chick-fil-A because most of them are bigger than that. Most of the ones I have are probably that big, and I just wanted another little one. So it's comparable. Yeah, it's about the same size as this one. It's of a regular little lunch sandwich bag that you buy at the store. I'll play with that one another time. So, let me see. It's a little bit bent out of shape, but that's okay. It is junk journaling after all. So I think I'm going to do, because I don't necessarily want to fold it where that fold is. I just, when I get them and I save them, I just automatically fold them like that. All right, let me get my paper trimmer up here. I'm going to use my paper trimmer for a few things. I'm actually going to trim this off, and I'll put a new, because of the raggedy edge, they tear easier. But so what I'll do is I'll just do a whole new little hole punch thing in there. And, oh God, that just reminded me, somebody did something really cool with the bag. Now I've got to go back and find what they did, because I don't remember. Okay, now I'm going to glue it down, because I'm not gonna make a pocket here. I might make a pocket here. I've never looked into that before. Let's look into that. See what happens. Well, maybe I have looked into that, actually. I can make that into a pocket. I just have to glue some stuff down, because you get these loose bits in there. You kind of have to glue them down. But yeah, I could do a pocket there, because that would not interfere. That would be okay. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to cut that whole piece off, what would happen. I know I've got more of these bags. I'm kind of considering cutting that whole piece off. I don't know. Maybe not. I'll leave it. Alright, so we'll start gluing some stuff down here to get this glued, and then I'll pick out some papers. No, I've not picked out papers yet. I told y'all I didn't really know what I was going to do. And it's mainly because I didn't do anything today at the house. I didn't sleep well last night. I did stay up too late, which was not good. But I didn't sleep well. And when I finally did go to sleep, when I woke up, I had a horrible headache this morning. I'll go ahead and put glue right here. Get that down. So, yeah, I woke up with a rotten headache, and so I basically just went back to sleep, and then a friend called me late this afternoon to chit-chat and gave me the opportunity to vent a little bit, so that was nice. And then, and the day was basically gone. So my to-do list didn't get done, which included me coming in here and finishing up those cards that I just showed y'all. And I was going to get this journal into a spot that was, this had already been done, this portion, and already having my papers picked out and stuff. But no, I did not. So I wasn't even 100% sure. Woo, can't talk tonight. I wasn't even 100% sure this was what I was going to work on tonight, just because I had not prepped like I'd like to. But it's, you know, but it's Friday night, y'all. I'm just going to have some fun here. And then I'm just going to try to make myself go to bed after we have fun and not stay up half the night. I'll end up covering a lot of that up, so I'm not too worried about that stuff. Now I need to glue this little guy down. It's interesting. Paper bags, when they put them together, they just end up just a mess, it seems like. Oh my goodness, because look how off that is right there. But I might be able to fix that. I don't know. We'll see. I think I will go ahead and glue this down because it's getting on my nerves. Just a little bit. Yeah, I might try to trim that and then just glue down, because it's going to make, see that little piece? I don't know if y'all can see that little piece sticking out right there, and that's going to end up causing problems, I think. Okay, so this weekend, let's see. My children are all occupied with other activities, so I guess I'm just going to try to do some of that stuff I've been needing to do. I did go start a load of laundry. I did do that. So I got a good bit of laundry I need to do, and dishes I need to wash, and I didn't cut too well, probably because it's still gluey. I hate using these on glue, but these cut better. And see, I don't know if that's going to have made a hole or not, but we'll find out probably later when stuff starts drying. So, in the morning, let myself get up, because I'm planning on going to have lunch with the ladies tomorrow in this group that I'm in. They're having a lunch downtown at this really neat little restaurant that I like a lot. And I can eat pretty economically there, so that is also the plan. So I'm not going to deprive myself of going to that. But I'm hoping that before I venture out, that I have time to clean out my refrigerator and get some stuff together that needs to go to the garbage. I took garbage the other day, but most of it was from my mom and dad's house. I only took a bag of mine and did not clean out my fridge. So that's got to happen. I've got to clean out my refrigerator. Now what I have to be careful is so that this doesn't glue itself to the other side of my pocket. So I'm kind of try to leave it open like that a little bit. This side should be fine. Actually, I probably could go ahead and do my gluing over here too, just so it can be drying also, and I don't have to do it later. I know about what I have to do. So it's, you know, those little inside flaps that are folding in. Just kind of gluing that. And it also makes the, it gives a little bit more thickness to the bag. Because since it's your base, you know, it needs to have a little bit of, you know, thickness to it. Thickness is not the word I'm looking for, but y'all, I think y'all know what I mean. Alright, so I've got that glued down. And I just don't try to keep those open so that they don't stick together. I'll check them again in a few minutes. So I'm going to set that aside. And I actually remembered to put my pen, my glue pen in this. I bought myself that, I guess, at the Dollar Tree or somewhere. Pen cushion, because I was always losing my pens. And I had this thing for about a month now, and I've still been losing pens, but I've been doing better the last week or so. Look at that. I've got so much. I can't keep this desk clean. I'll clean it, and like 3 days later, it's just yuck again. But part of my doing things is going to involve a major overhaul of this room. But I'm going to overhaul the... Ooh, there's a butterfly that I punched and I lost. And there it is again. I'm going to use that on something. Overhaul and getting rid of stuff, but I'm not going to start in here. I'm going to start right now in my dining and living room area, because the boxes that I brought home full of stuff from work are still sitting out there, and I need to get rid of them. I need to empty them out, throw stuff away, whatever. So this is a paper pack from Stampin' Up! Called Hello Irresistible 6x6 Designer Series paper. I cannot remember if it's still available online or not. It might be 161139. Like I said, I have not updated all my items yet on what's retired. I know just some of these online things are still around and some of them are gone. So, and I can't remember if this is one of the ones that hung around or not. I know it was an online one, but I just can't remember. But I used this to make that cute little, I used a piece of this to make that cute little signature journal that I put in there. So that's what I'm going to use this paper pack. I got to use my paper. Y'all got to use our paper. And, oh, I just saw something I was looking for last night. I was looking for that little scrap of paper last night. And there it was on my floor. So anyway, yeah, we need to use our paper. And that's, I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to go in here and pull out things and use my papers. Alright, so on this one, I want to kind of go with more of these, the flamingo colors, the flirty flamingos and whatnot. So these are the pages that these are the ones I'm pulling out. Instead of the greens for this one, I'm trying to pull out these other colors instead. That might be okay. Oh yeah, because I like that side of it the most. I already pulled out one of those, but I'm going to pull out another one. Might put a little bit of green in here just to add some contrast, possibly, maybe. There's a little bit of a lighter color. Let's see what else I got. Like this side, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the greens as much. Oh, I might use this for the cover of my little... Now, this green I like a lot. I will try to put that one in there. Okay. And I do. I like greens. I do like greens a lot. But I want some more cheerful colors this time. So Trying to get cheerful. I'm going to pull out some of these scraps because I may use some of these small pieces. Some of these small scrappy pieces I might use. I'll pull all those out. Try to use those before I dig into a new piece. So I know how that is. All right, so to make that little signature that goes inside, which one did I say I was going to use for that? I think this one. So to make that little journal, I can't make it any wider than 3 inches because this is a six-inch piece of paper. So that's the widest it can be, and that's fine. I believe that one stayed that. I don't think I cut up the size of the journal. I did have to make my little papers a little bit smaller than I wanted, but that's okay. So this ended up, yeah, this is still the 3 inches. And then I made it I think I made it 4 3/4. I did. So 4 3/4 by 3 for the cover. The cover is 4 3/4 by 3. So 4 3/4 right there. So this will be a scrap piece. And then I'll score this at 3. So that's where I'm going to fold it. And again, if you're scoring on designer paper, be sure that you don't push down too hard. Now, excuse me, Stampin' Up's paper, Stampin' Up's designer paper is thicker than some of the other designer papers, so you still have to push down a little hard to get it to cut, but to get it to tear. But I have had it tear on me before because I just forget and I get heavy-handed. All right, now I need to get some papers to put in there. And again, I didn't plan that. So I was supposed to. I had intended to plan this, and I just didn't. So let's see. Let's pull out some stuff I have over here. Okay, so this was a scrap pad I brought home from work. Shame on me. I should have returned it, I guess. I'm still going to make a journal out of this sometime. Okay. All right, I want to tear a piece out of this. It actually tears pretty well. I've torn a few out of it, so I found where it was sewn together, the center there. And if you tear from here, it tears pretty easily out. So on a piece of that, I might just go ahead and tear out a couple other pieces while I'm standing here. Whoops, didn't do so good with that one. Because I might make a couple more of these. I'm thinking about, oh, those are just coming out. That one did anyway. Making a few of these for Mother's Day gifts. So if anybody's interested in me making one for you to gift to somebody for Mother's Day, let me know this weekend so I can get one done and get it in the mail to you. I'm thinking I could probably do these for about $20. If anybody wants one. All right, and some more papers. Let's see. More paper over here. Somewhere, there it is. Piece of this. And a piece of this. I need to coffee dye some more paper. I have gotten kind of low on my coffee dyes. Oh, and I bought something. I bought some unsweetened beets and beet juice. I was gonna make my own stuff, but I decided I don't have time right now. But I will at some point. I'm gonna start experimenting with doing my own dyes to make to dye the papers. Just making sure that this is not glued itself together. All right, what else did I use? It seems like there was another piece of paper. Okay, got that. Oh, that piece, a lined piece of that. Where did that come from? Let me see if there was anything else. There's that. There's the graphic. I guess it's just a little piece of lined paper. Let's see if I have one of these in this box. I think that's where they were. This box that has all kinds of goodies in it right here. Hang on, let's see. It's pretty, this is supposed to be my box that I'm going to make use for like basic master boards that don't have like a lot of patterned papers in them and stuff. Oh yeah, I showed y'all that when I started on. I need to finish this. Put it on top. See if I can find a piece of that. Some of that little lined paper that I used. So, oh shoot. These were the pages left over when I cut those, my little papers down yesterday, so this is what's left over. I could make a little tiny book. That would be cute. Oh, I'm gonna pull this stuff out. I'm gonna make a tiny book with some of these. Oh, so cute. Cute, cute, cute. Make a tiny book, Kim. And there's that paper. That's gonna be too tiny though. Keep going. Let's look. Oh, there's that piece. There's that piece. I could use this maybe if I, oh wait, no, those are gonna be too small. There's some more for a tiny book. To think where I got that, the lined papers from. Where did I pull that out of? I must have a notebook that I pulled that out of. Might have to go find it. Oh, there's a piece of paper that I was going to put some lined paper on the back of a tag. Take that out while I'm thinking about it, because I might get in that book tonight. Oh, I could use one of these. Maybe. Would that be big enough? That might be big enough. All right. I'm going to take a field trip to my den real quick, which is right behind me here. Because I'm not seeing that paper, but it might be laying in here on the cabinet. Hang on just a minute. So I don't know what happened. I thought that might have been a piece of lined notebook paper that was left over from something else. Because I don't think it was this. No, it's not the same thing as this. So not sure where that came from. Well, all right, so I'm laying these pieces that I pulled out on, well, I might use that one. I'll lay these on top of my little box over there because I want to use them. And hopefully the cat won't get into them. All right, so this pad of paper, place my dad used to work with, that's where he retired from. I'm not even sure they're still around, but I found that in his file cabinet in the house. I think what I'm decided, so I want to cut this long ways, I believe is what I decided to do. Let's see. I remember how I did this last night. It was late. And these pieces that go inside your signatures don't have to be the same size. They'd be close. You just want to mostly be sure that you can get them all Um, you want to catch them all when you're putting them in your journal to sew them in. So I think what I did last night, I was thinking, and I started cutting these at 3 and realized they needed to be more like 2 3/4. So I actually might be able to do that right here. This might actually be wide enough. Almost. That's 2, and get more booklets out of it. That's like 2, and that's almost 2 3/4 if I just cut this in half. Oh, there you go, Kim. So this is several pages that I can get by doing it this way. And what's my height? 4.5? Yeah. There you go. So there's 4 pages right there. I'm going to go ahead and do these 2. So is this 11? This paper is copy paper. So yeah, it's 11. So if I cut it at 5.5, am I thinking right? Yeah. And then just fold it. Yeah. There you go. And these can go inside my signatures. I'm gonna set that one aside though, because I just need one right now to make this little book. Okay, so now this might be longer than, no, it's also 11. So I'm gonna cut it at 5.5. I should have just folded it in half. All right, so it's 5.5 that way. I'm gonna do 4.5. One will be 4.5 and one will be 4 1/4. And these will be folded like this. I think I only used one of these in my little signature, but I'll save that for another one. So this makes it a lot easier because I can get pages faster. Now this is the only one that's going to be an odd size, is the dots here and the graph. So let's see, these are 8 by about 5.5. Okay, 5.5. No, and I kind of like the little raggedy book down there. We'll just do it. I said 8, right? We're just going to cut this at 4. I'm trying to get more use out of my papers here. I should have figured all this out before I got on here. But I feel like, so last night, I didn't really need to waste as much paper as I did. So I'm like, this is kind of good. This is good. Yeah, ideally you want to do them so that they're exact. But, that's okay. So there's that one. And I don't think I'm using but one of those pieces. All right, let's look at this one now. And I believe I told y'all I wasn't gonna do my edges. I was gonna try to leave this one more like natural color. Okay, so now this piece is now 5 by 5. So I'm only going to get one out of this, I think. Because the best I can do is the 4.5 and fold it in half one time, like so. Yeah. So unless I want to put all this stuff on there, which I don't, then I'm just going to get one out of this. And I'm going to save this to use in one of my journals that I want to be more vintage looking. So I'm going to save that piece of paper and use these whiter ones. Although I did have, okay, so one of these are coffee dyed, but there's still a lot of white because they were the ones that I used a textured washcloth and just blotted them instead of totally soaking. And this one was an avocado dye. So it's not even dark at all. But I think I did use 4 of those. I used one of these, I think. One of those. One of those. Ah, come apart. One. Yeah, that's right. And one of these. Because I did every other page in my signature with these. So this one, that's one, and that's one. Oh, wait a minute. I've got 2 of these sitting here. Nope. One, 2, 3. I should be using my bone folder right here. And I'll go back and count how many pages I did, because it was just really a right amount of number of pages that I put in that tiny signature. Right. I need a darker piece, something darker under here when I'm working on white. White on white is hard to do. I'm going to get me a piece of paper that's got some color. I'll use this. Okay, so, and you know, honestly, that little notepad journal by itself would make a cute gift, you know? But I think I'll still turn them into the wallet, the little wallets, mini wallet albums is what I'm gonna have. So I can't get this to do what I want it to do. It's just so strange. So if you're here live watching me, say hello so I'll know who you are. I don't know if it might be Linda watching again tonight, but if you're not Linda and you're someone new, be sure you say hey. And if you want to send me a text message, I'll send you a surprise. I'll send you a gift. And I'm working on finding something. Linda contacted me last night, so I've got something I'm going to send her. I was thinking about today what I wanted to send. Oh gee, where did the little card with my phone number and stuff on it go? Who knows? It's Facebook. It's Kim's Creations and Card Ministry. I cannot remember what my host code is, but I do have a host code. So if you want to spend money on my Stampin' Up page, you're going to spend less than $150, please send me a message and I can give you my host code. That would be most helpful. But you can text message me at 864-752-5688. 864-752-5688. If you have any questions or need help with anything. So I was saying earlier that we are in the new catalog for Stampin' Up. There is, I'm going to use this one, and there is come on, open. Sorry if I went off camera. I'm just trying to get my paper to cooperate. There's the new clearance rack, the new catalog. A great joining special if you think you would like to become a demonstrator, which doesn't really mean anything other than you get a discount for at least 3 months. And a lot of great gifts included with your joining fee. This is 2 years ago they did this, where they gave out in addition to your $125 worth of product for $99. No shipping, free shipping, tax only. So in addition to that, they gave out a bunch of the new in colors. They gave away inks and paper, and I mean just tons of things that they gave in addition as an extra gift. And I'm just saying, to me, that's the best time to join, when you get a bunch of free stuff to add to. And then so for your products, you could buy some of the pretty new papers and stuff that are out, and maybe a stamp set or two. You know, it's just a great time to join. And like I said, for no other reason than to get the discount. Looks like I might have to trim my dots with the raggedy edge down just a little bit, because it's sticking out just a touch. I think that's the only one that was sticking out. Let's see. Yeah, because it's just almost 3, and these needed to be more like 2 3/4, so that they fit inside the little journal signature. Okay, so this is going to go together like this. Isn't it cute? Such a cute little thing. And it will be sewn into this. So let me, before I spend a lot of time getting these papers in here good, I am just going to clip them together though. I'll need more clips than this. But let's go ahead and get this so that I'll have my fold and I can show y'all how to sew it in there. Alright, so with this, what I noticed yesterday, and I had to kind of, I see another place I need to glue. I had to kind of make an adjustment with this. I ended up cutting off the edge. Let me just, give me a second, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I don't know if I did it on camera or if I did it after. I know I talked about it while I was still on camera. So, this piece right here, that was originally like, where'd I put that other envelope that I didn't use? The other back. So, I decided to turn this whole thing into a pocket. But what was happening is when this felt folded over, I was folding it too close right here so that it was kind of curling back. So I ended up trimming some of this off. So to avoid trimming off, I'm going to try to fold it over just a little bit further when I fold it down to allow some space there. And I think it'll all work out okay. So we'll just see. And if it doesn't, I can extend my outside right here. I can extend this and make it longer if I need to. And I'll show you what I mean by that too. I think, let me count these pages. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7. I used 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might have 8 in this one. Oh well, close enough. So what I want to do here, don't glue together, but that glue I just put in there is want to stick to where it's not supposed to stick. So I'll have to keep an eye on this. Alright. I do not stick. Oh, put my needle, my pen right here. Let's see, I don't know what time I started. Alright, so I'm already over an hour. So let me get this finished so I can sew this signature page in for y'all. And I'll just, I'll do another video and then you can come back and watch another one later. Because I'm just having too much fun. Alright, so I don't want this to fold right here. I want to bring it up to more about, out like another 1/4 inch, about right here probably. You know what might be a good idea is actually to score this, because it could help me with my fold a little bit if I scored it. So I've got this. This is a 1/4 inch right here, and I've got the edge of the bag at this 1/4 inch, so that if I score it right there, it will take it in right at a 1/4 inch. And let's score it, Kim, and not cut it, because I'm really bad about that. Let's see if that score line went through at all. I'm not sure that it did. Let's try this side. I'm going to score it right there. Just a smidge. Let's try to score now. Doesn't even feel like it's going through. I'm thinking it's not thick enough. Let's try this. If I put this under there, maybe this will work. Okay. So I know what Alright. Try again. Try again. So I can't tell. Maybe it's just not in there good. That's what I'm thinking. Excuse me. Sometimes the scoring blade isn't sitting in there the way it's supposed to. And I'm thinking that might be my problem, but let's see. Is it scoring that? Yeah, see, it's not scoring this either. Not really. So it must have something to do with my blade not being in there good. Come on. It doesn't seem to want to go. Is my cutting blade in? It's barely. It's kind of weird. Alright, let's take you out and put you back in. Figure out why it's not scoring. It's scoring now, but it's real. It doesn't feel like it's scoring. Let's try this again. Okay. Try again, Kim. Try again. And I want to score it about right there. This paper just might not have enough texture to do a score. Well, I don't know. It did sort of score it right there, but sort of. And try to line it up on the edges. So that it's straight as possible. Alright, I'll move my paper trimmer so I can get my bone folder out here and mess with it a bit. So I guess that's going to be okay because I'm looking. No, it's not straight. Come back over that way. All right, come on. Come on. Now maybe. Let's try again here again. Alright, so gotta force the paper to do what you want it to do. Force the Chick-fil-A paper bag to do what you want it to do. Alright, I think it did maybe this time. Maybe. Okay. Hopefully. So I just need to make sure that when I put my paper in here that I don't go too close to that edge. Alright, so this is going to go here. And then this one's going to come over here. And maybe just over just a tiny, just a smidge extra maybe. Alright, let me make sure that clears on the inside. Oh yeah, see? There we go. Alright, let me move that so I can get my fold better now. Make sure I get it lined up. All right, so this is good. All right, here we go, y'all. There we go. All right, so what I'm wanting to do is put my piece in here. Now, something I did not do, I want to put my signature in here, and I'm going to sew it in there. And y'all, when I say sew, this is rudimentary sewing. Anybody can do this. I mean, I might not suggest an 8-year-old, but maybe a 10-year-old that's mature could do this. And if you buy one of these real big needles, they're not even sharp and pointy. They don't hurt really. But I had intended, because I was concerned about my bag tearing, I had intended to reinforce the spine on the inside and the outside with some washi tape, and I did not do that. So you could use washi tape, you could use masking tape, you can use a piece of fabric, you can use a piece of paper. I mean, just something extra to lay there to enforce it. Washi tape is easy. So I'm going to use some washi tape, some of the thicker washi tapes. I haven't used this one yet, to reinforce this spine a little bit. Let me make sure this one's not gluing up on me. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of put it right across the middle there. I'm going to let it overhang a little bit. Actually, I'm going to do this side first. And I'm trying to do it kind of straight. Who knows? A lot of times in the bigger journals, I'll do the inside first, because I put so much stuff to cover the outside that you would never see it. But that might not be the case with this journal. I might not be putting a whole lot out here, and so anyway, I want to do it on the outside first, because the inside may not end up being even. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut this one here. And go, ooh, here's my little clip. Go ahead and do this here, and then I'll put a piece on top, like so. And then what I'm going to do is trim it down, trim it off. And that just gives a little bit of extra protection. Maybe possibly keep my paper from tearing when I put my signature in. You need to do those strings taut, but not tight. Taut. Did I say that right? But not tight. You want to be snug, but not so tight that they pull on your paper. And sometimes it's hard to tell, especially when you first get started. You might have a tendency to pull things too tight. That's why. I'm glad the outside has more white on it, and that I don't have to worry about covering up than the inside. So I'm going to fold this again. Sometimes it helps to get your little ruler in here to get your fold back. I think that's in the right spot. Line it up again. The bone folder again. I'm going to show y'all what I'm bad about right here. Is put the things back where they go, so that they're there when you reach for them, like this, you know. But my jar has got too much stuff in it. I've got to do, I don't know how that happened. I had pared it down where I didn't have so much stuff in it, but now it's got too much stuff in it again. I'll take some of that stuff out. I'll just put my main tools that I use like all the time right there. All right, so now we're going to sew our page in, our little journal in. So here's what we need. We need a book. So there's an old book and my little kit. I think I stuck. Should I put it back in here? I might not have put everything back where it goes last night. That would be a bad person. No, I see it. Okay, so I need my awl, AWL, which has got a real sharp pointy. This one does have a sharp pointy tip on it. Some of my waxed thread, I'm going to use that one. Actually, you know what? I'm not, because I think I have some white. Since I'm going to leave this journal not rustic. I'll find my white thread. It should be right here, white or a gray or something that's not that color. Pretty sure. I thought I had white. If I do, I can't find it. But I have gray. I think I'll use gray. I know I have white, but I'm not seeing it right here. Ah, there it is. Found it. Found the white. Found the white. Okay. Here we go. Here's my white. So I'm going to use the white thread, the owl, and I've got my needle in here. There's a really neat little kit you can order off of Amazon for about, when I got mine, it was like $7. It had several needles in it. It had the owl. It had this neat little tiny ruler in it that I have discovered comes in really good handy. Sometimes this one's just too big to work with. It came with some clips, came with some thread. It came pretty much with everything you needed to sew in a signature into your journal for like $7. It was a deal. If you need help finding that, you let me know and I can help you with that. So what you want to do is you want to get enough thread. Now, and I'm not doubling up on this thread. Some of the bigger journals that are going to have more in them, I'll double my thread, like that. This one I'm not. I'm just using a single. So if you're just using a single length, you need about 3 times the width of your bag. And sometimes I put a little extra for good measure because I like my strings long because I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Okay. So I'll go ahead and thread my, it's a little pokey, but I have another one somewhere that's not pokey at all. But look how big that is. Isn't that great for us blind people? We can see to thread our needles because on a regular needle, I can't do it. All right. And I pull it through far enough where I don't have to worry about it coming off. All right. Now this is where you kind of got to make sure everything's clipped together really well. So I'm going to get a couple extra paper clips here. I go to put my paper clips away. And they don't always make it back into the little container. Yeah. And y'all, I just realized I have my fan on tonight. So it's possible. It is possible that the fan is putting some background noise in here. Kind of forgot about it. So I apologize. But I have spent a lot of my evening standing up, so my voice is a little closer. So hopefully we're okay. Most of these pages, I think they were all the same 4.5 tonight, or close to it. So I'm not as concerned. Yesterday, that one I did had some that were much shorter. So I had to just make sure that those pages were going to be where they get sewn. But what you're going to do is you want to make sure that this is in here really tight as you can get it. And something else that helps with that, again, your ruler can help with this. So, and then we're going to put it in here. The whole thing is going to go here. You want to make sure it's centered up in there well. And again, if you want to use the ruler to push it down to make sure they're down in there good, you can do that. And what I'm going to do is, while my ruler's there, I'm going to put my paper clip on the whole thing. I'll do it again. Do it again for good measure. You just want to get the items, get the little pages in there as close to that center, you know, as you can. God, these vinyl, let me just say, the vinyl covered paper clips don't work as well. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they do. All right, now I have my owl, and I'm going to try not to lose my little thing here. The good place to put it actually would be where the needle goes, because if I stick it in there, then I just have to worry about losing this, and it's a little bit harder to lose. So I use the book to protect my surface for the most part. So you're going to stick your corner in there, stick it in there, and find like the center approximately. You can measure if you want to, but for something this small, I don't measure. I don't even measure with some of my big stuff. And you're just gonna, I don't know why it's moving. All right, push it through. I should have probably gotten, maybe I'm just turning my book the wrong way. All right, but that's been pushed through. So we're gonna pull it out and go in right here, about a 1/2 inch, maybe a little bit more. Put it through there, pull it out, go over here. So I'm doing a 3-hole stitch. Okay, let's pull it out and see how those look. I might want to make them a little larger, especially the one in the center, because you've got to double up your thread there. I got to figure out how to get my thread up to the top when I'm done. Right now my thread ends in the middle. I'm not real sure how to end my thread at the top. I'll have to research that. But anyway, but it's fine. All right. You still want to have your clips on there, which these vinyl ones are not wanting to stay. See how that's kind of moved? I probably ought to go through and throw all those away and just use my middle ones. And I need to go to Staples, which is not in this town. I have to go to the next little town to go to a Staples, because they have the best deal on paper clips. I mean, I'm serious. It's a huge deal to be able to get, you know, the paper clips for the lesser price. All right, let's see. But I have other things I've got to go there for too, so I wouldn't make that trip just for that. Now, you could have your strings end up out here, like I did. Or if you wanted to, you could have them end up inside. But they're not, you know, the tails aren't sticking out on the inside. In this case, I like them on the outside. I'm going to have these on the outside. But what I was talking about, I'd like to find out how to get them to be up here instead of in the middle, and I need to figure out how to do that. But that's okay. For now, this is good. I'm going to still have them in the middle. But if you want them on the inside, you start on the inside. If you want your tails on the outside, you start on the outside. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take my thread. We're going to start in the middle, in the outside. And I just went through the bag and not all the other holes. Come on, Kim. There we go. Got it that time. And just be sure you'll leave you a tail back there. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the top. That one went through real easily. So I'm going to bring that back out here. And then I'm going to cross over and go all the way to the bottom. There we go. Pull that out. Now, we're going to go back through that middle one again, and you want to make sure, so you're going to have this one string, you're going to have one of your tails on this side of the string and one of the tails on this side of the string. And try not to split your thread if you can help it. Alright, now I do want to, I want to make some adjustments because I think I can make this tail a little longer. So I'm going to make it longer by doing this. There we go. Alright, so now we're going back through the center. Try not to split my thread. Okay, and I need to put it on the other side. Oh there, okay. I'll tighten that back up again. Tighten it back up again, tight. Snug but not too tight, okay? Snug but not too tight. I'm trying to see the lengths of my tails. What I want to see is if I can get them to both hang out the bottom. I may not have made it long enough to do that. Alright, let's see. Let's make this one longer again. They're closer to the same length now. Oh. If I carry them over the top, will they hang down out the bottom? Barely. Let me do that one more time. I just need a tiny bit, like an inch. Right, this might work. Well, it's probably not because I got to knot the whole thing. I got to knot it. All right, so you got one tail on either side. I pulled it kind of taut. I'm gonna do. In my case, I'm left-handed most of the time. Left over right. And then right over left. So whichever way you go the first time, do the other way the second time. And it makes your knot more secure. And you could tie a bow in it if you want to. I'm going to take my clips out. I'm going to put these in the trash because they've about had it. And I'm just curious if they'll reach over. They might reach all the way out. They do, just barely. It may or may, I could have maybe done just a tiny bit more thread to get for what I'm thinking I want to do with this. But we'll see. It's fine for now. I'll leave them out for now. So then what you want to do, again, sometimes I'll go back again. Oh, what you want to do is put your needle away so you don't lose it. And put that little protective piece back on your owl. Seriously. And then put them back in the little bag or pouch or box or whatever they came from so your cat doesn't get in it. For all of these items. Needle, thread, and the owl need to be put away so the kitty doesn't get into them. Bless her heart. She's laying in the dog's bed. I don't know. And the dog was out in the den a few minutes ago. Oh, I forgot to put the needle away. Needle, thread, and owl. Okay. And then what I'll do, because I want this to stay as flat as I can, and I am going to put a few little decorations on it, you know, when I get in here, start working on it. But the key to your decorating of these is that stamps, ink, don't make your item any thicker, okay? Paper does, other items do. So, like I did in this one, I did put some paper, I did put some washi tape. I just lost a sponge dauber, but I think that's the one that's had it. But, you know, I did use some of this type stuff. But I did stamps too. So it's not, there's a little piece of paper, but it's this thin paper. and not like the scrapbook paper is not as thin as this paper. Stamps, they don't, the stamps and ink don't add any thickness. The thin papers are not too bad. Washi tape's pretty flat. Book pages, you know, some of them are flatter than others. Little doggies. So just be mindful of when you put stuff in here, not to get too much heavy papers, so that it oh, I should put something here. Where'd that other little butterfly go earlier? What color is it? Green on that side. It's lavender. Let's put the little lavender butterfly right there. That's just too cute to ignore. We're just going to put it right in. Anyway, so be mindful of the thickness of the things that you put in your little tiny signature. You need to do that with your big signatures too, but especially for this little tiny thing that you're putting together. So then you're going to go in here and do and I don't know where this came from. I heard another somebody that's more seasoned than I am with journals, called to train your paper. And I guess it's getting it to do what you want it to do. So you want it to lay down as flat as possible and to fold better. So you just kind of go through each little section like this and make sure it's laying. Try to get it to lay as flat as possible. So that's what we're doing here. And there's the center. And you can see I maybe it pulled it a little too tight, but I think it'll be all right. Now see, this side of the signature is going to be a little bit harder to fold down. So I'm just going to use that bone folder to make sure those places are down as much as possible. And then you might, you could lay something heavy on it too for a couple of days. Or when you're not working on it, lay something heavy on it to help it keep it as flat as possible. See, that's this one's going to be having more of the scrapbook paper that's a little thicker in it than that other paper I had. So the papers that are like when you do your master boards, it'd be better to use the copies from your master boards if you're going to use them in your journals. If you like your master boards, use the copies, especially on something small, because then they're not going to add too much. You're not going to add so much bulk to your little journal here. So that's the part of the journal that I did not get to show y'all last night. So y'all wanted to see how I did that. And so really, I just need to decorate this one. Y'all saw me decorate most of that other one yesterday. So that's how this little journal is done. This little, what did I call it? It's a mini wallet journal. That's what I'm calling it. It's my mini wallet journal. In this case, I was using that little clip to keep it closed. But I think I'm going to go and on this one and do the eyelet. Yes, the eyelet closure. So I'll do that, and then when I come back again, I'll show y'all how I do that. I'll decorate this, and then I'll come back and show you how to do an eyelet closure after I get it decorated. So there it is. Turned out really cute, and I'm going to be using some of these pretty papers, and I'm going to try my darndest not to get that dauber or something and rough up my edges. I'm going to try to keep them white if I can, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so there you go. I don't want to go any longer, but I'll do another video. I don't even know what time it is. I had to take my watch off because it was about dead. I had to go charge it. But anyway, I might be back again here in a little bit. You guys have a great night. I will try to get back in here again Saturday or Sunday, maybe both. Who knows? It just kind of depends on how my days go. If you're a praying person, I appreciate your prayers. Um, for my mom and dad, and for my peace of mind, and just that things work out the way they're supposed to work out. If you need to reach me, there's my phone number. Please text me, because I won't answer if I don't know who you are. But yeah, just message me if you need anything. And again, thank you so much for your time, and God bless. Night night.